2, 3. Of a character who lived down in Cornwall in the 17th century, a guy called Jan Tregeal, who lived in Bodmin down there. And I was quite interested in this story because he sold his soul to the devil, and he was a very evil estate owner down there. And it's quite an interesting story. Yeah, I decided to kind of write this spooky narrative around it, and it worked on the tenor. So yeah, that sort of riff keeps it rolling along in that song. So it's it's a good story folk song. Yeah. New record, Hearts and Minds. It's different, I guess, because of what the ideas of songwriting that went behind it. Because I started writing it 18 months ago, and it's when the sort of recession really hit down in Plymouth and affected a lot of my mates down there. And so that's kind of got an underlining theme of human struggle and the hardship of working man, and my mates complaining, and I was always having to buy around. They never would, so I decided to write some of the songs about it. Yeah, that seems to be a theme that runs throughout Hearts and Minds, especially in the title track. But musically, it's the way we've incorporated Benji Kirkpatrick. He's a big part of the sound now, and those new songs, I think he's really kind of brought out a lot of colour that we didn't necessarily have. So I feel like it's spread as a sound. And working with a producer, which we've never really done before. So working with a fantastic guy called Chad Blake. It was definitely helped sonically to the sound. So there's a few key things that I think have changed and hopefully moved us forward. Yeah.
About Chad, since you mentioned him, why did you choose him, or did he offer to come and help?
Well, we approached him. I approached him via a guy called Richard Evans. He's a brilliant producer and engineer I work with a lot, and he mentioned Chad Blake might be up for working with us, which, to be honest, if Chad Blake is the sort of guy you wouldn't believe would be up for working with, something that we're doing. He's like works with amazing artists, big artists. So I said, well, call him up and see if he's up for it. And he was. So he was into the music, and we went up near his house to work on the record for 3 weeks together, and we had a great time. He's incredible, incredible man, rhythmically, and sort of the way he mixes sound is just, we learned so much from him.
But was it hard being a bit more hands-off with the production process?
It's definitely, because I'm a bit of a control freak, so I had to sit back and just, I guess, bite my lip sometimes in the studio, but I think what Chad taught me, and all of us, I know, because musicians get caught up sometimes in the technicalities of music, and I think, the way he described it as the overall picture, it was less is more was definitely a phrase that was used in that studio an awful lot. I think it was written on a whiteboard at one point. So it was great though. I mean, it's a really, really good experience for us, to work with something like that. We didn't really arrange anything, Chad, I have to say, because we've been playing them live. We'd had come up with our own arrangements, and they were pretty solid. So it was more of a plug in and play, and just get the best take possible in the studio. So that was definitely what we were trying to achieve. But in terms of adding stuff, layers-wise, it's more organic as a sound, I think, than earlier records where we tended to sort of double track lots of stuff and experiment a lot in the studio, and we were trying not to do that so much on this record and make it a bit more of a live entity.
You mentioned Benji, and you've got Olivia Chaney on Changes.
Yeah.
Is experimenting with backing vocals something you want to work on and try and bring more into your work?
Definitely, yeah. Well, she came and she sang on the show we did in London night before last, and it's the first time. I've always backed lots of girl singers, but no girl singers ever really backed me live. So it was really interesting, and it worked very well, I think. So it's something I'd like to look at a lot more, and she's got a fantastic voice. So yeah.
Hearts and Minds is quite like an emotive phrase.
Yeah.
Did you worry at all about using it, or did it fit your purpose?
I think it fits it quite well, actually, because the way it's quite a contemporary, emotive record, like you say. I think it seems to suit the way the lyrics have moved forward and the subtlety of the sound. I felt it suited the sound of the record, yeah, because it feels like it's a bit more of an emotional record.